For as long as most of us can remember, the US dollar has been the currency of the world. If it's oil, trade, reserves, everything was measured in dollars. It gave the US a kind of a superpower, but here in 2025, we're watching that power slowly slip away. And every time the dollar weakens, the case for XRP gets even stronger. Now, before we go further, let me say this real quick, because a lot of you ask me how I personally trade around events like this. I keep it very simple and transparent. So I use BITUNIX and I share my trades there, my actual entries, exits, what I'm buying, what I'm selling. So if you want to follow along, definitely the links in the description and it will help you. Nothing secret, just how I handle this market in real time. All right, so here's what's happening. The dollar became the world's money after World War II, and back then America was the strongest economy. It had the gold, it had the trust. And for decades, this system actually worked, but now it's different. The US debt has actually exploded past 34 trillion, and interest payments alone are bigger than the defense budget as well. And when the government runs short, it just prints more, and that works as long as the rest of the world is willing to hold those dollars. But more and more countries are actually looking for a way out. Take Saudi Arabia and China, for example. For decades, oil meant dollars, but now they actually signed energy deals settled in yuan, and that's a huge shift away from the petrodollar system. In South America, which is another example, major farming exports are being priced in local currencies instead of using US dollars. And in Africa as well, new regional payment systems are actually being built that don't rely on the dollar at all. So these aren't small side stories. These are early signs that the dollar's grip isn't what it used to be at all. And then you've got tariffs as well. With Trump threatening duties as high as 50% on imports, countries that might have gone along with the old system are actually now being pushed to find other options. India, for example, has started redirecting more of its trade toward BRICS partners. And even Mexico has been in talks with Brazil about handling some of their agriculture trade in local money instead of using the dollar. So every time the US tries to tighten control, it pushes others to move faster toward alternatives. So the question is, if not the dollar, then what? Some central banks are piling into gold. Others are also relying more on the yuan. But here's the truth. Most countries don't want to trade dependence on Washington for dependence on Beijing. So they want something neutral, and that's where XRP comes in. XRP is not controlled by any government. It was built to move money across borders and do it quickly, cheaply, and without any kind of politics in the way. So if India and China don't trust each other's currencies but still want to trade, then XRP can be the bridge. And this isn't just a theory as well. It's already happening. In Asia, for example, remittance companies are using XRP to move billions in payments every year. And in Latin America, fintech startups are also testing XRP for international settlements and also cutting the time down from days to minutes. Just last quarter, Ripple's payment network hit record volumes in places where SWIFT used to dominate, and quietly in the background, XRP is definitely doing the job that dollar used to do. So it's not just the small companies playing around. Traditional banks in Europe also have already started pilot programs using stablecoins on the XRP ledger. So Ripple's RLUSD, a stablecoin, has been used in settlement flows as well. So we can say that these aren't speculative announcements. They're real transactions proving the system actually works. So when you look at the big picture, it's hard to see what's happening, I know. And the dollar is still powerful, but it's losing ground. Gold can play a role, yuan can play a role, but neither actually solves the trust problem. XRP, on the other hand, I can say very easily that it was designed for exactly this situation. It's neutral, it's efficient, and it's already in use. So the big question is timing. Does this take 10 years to play out, or do tariffs there and politics speed it up so it happens much faster. So either way, XRP is in the right position. That's why I don't see XRP as a hype at all. I see it as a project that's been slowly building the rails for the world's next settlement system. So the cracks in the old system are already here. XRP is the bridge that is definitely waiting to be used. So yeah, what do you think? Are we closer to XRP stepping into that global role than most people actually realize? Or does the dollar hold on longer than expected? Definitely drop your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss it, and I would love to see what you guys think about that. And remember, if you want to see how I'm personally trading during all this, check out the BITUNIX link that I put in the description. So that way, that's where I post my moves in real time, entries, exits, the whole thing. And make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this story isn't slowing down at all. The dollar is definitely slipping, but XRP, its moment might actually just be starting. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.